friends, welcome to Brain Scoop channel. This is my new video and our today's topic is computed tomography principles. A conventional X-ray image is basically a shadow. Shadows give you an incomplete picture of an object shape. That means when an X-ray of an object is taken, it can be seen only in few angles. This is the basic idea of computer-aided tomography. In a CT scan machine, the X-ray beam moves all around the patient, scanning from hundreds of different angles. Pages from History, designed by Godfrey N. Hounsfield to overcome the visual representation challenges in radiography and conventional tomography by collimating the X-ray beam and transmitting it only through a small cross sections of the body. In 1979, G. N. Hounsfield shared a Nobel Prize in Physiology and Medicine with Alan MacLeod Cormack, physics professor who developed solutions to mathematical problems involved in CT. So basically, computed tomography, CT for short, also referred to as CAT scan for computed axial tomography, utilizes X-ray technology and sophisticated computers to create images of the cross sections slices through the body. Tomography is a term that refers to the ability to view an anatomic section or slice through the body. Anatomic cross sections are most commonly referred to as transverse axial tomography. Since the modality of CT has been developed, it has been used in several clinical conditions. Basic principles. The basic principle behind the CT is that the internal structure of the object can be reconstructed from multiple projections of the object. The ray projections are formed by scanning a thin cross section of the body with a narrow X ray beam and measuring the transmitted radiation with a sensitive radiation detector. CT scanning is a systematic collection and representation of projecting data. Here, the data is first scanned, then pre-positioning, raw data, filtering, filtered raw data, back projection, and image data. That is how an CT scan image is created. Images are acquired by rapid rotation of the X-ray tube 360 degrees around the patient. The transmitted radiation is then measured by a ring of sensitive radiation detectors located on the gantry around the patient. The final image is generated from the measurements utilizing the basic principle that the internal structure of the body can be reconstructed from multiple X-ray projections. Let us now talk about the parts of the CT scan machine. The basic technology employed in CT scanner is designed to provide a source of X-rays to be transmitted through the patient and then get detected by the detectors. CT scan system consists of a computed workstation for operation of the scanner, image processing computers, electronic cable, the gantry, and the patient imaging table. Firstly, the composition of the gantry. The gantry houses the key components of the scanner. Production of the X-ray beam and detection and acquisition of the beam must be located within the rotation or the rotating portion of the gantry. The fan beam X-ray tube sits opposite to the direct detector array within the rotating gantry. The three-phase power generator is also within the gantry module. The X-ray tube in a CT scanner is designed to produce a fan beam of X-rays that is approximately as wide as the body. Tissue attenuation is measured over a large region from one position of the X-ray tube. On the opposite side of the patient is the detector array that measures the strength of the X-ray beam at various points laterally across the body. This is a look inside of a gantry. So, this is the X-ray tube. This is the detector, the X-ray beam coming out of the X-ray tubes, and the gantry rotation. X-ray tubes. The radiation source for CT would supply a monochromatic X-ray beam with advantage that the image reconstruction is simpler and more accurate. Earlier models used oil-cooled fixed anode relatively large focal spot tubes at energies of about 120 kV and 30 mA. The beam was heavily filtered to remove low energy photons and to increase the mean energy of the radiation. New fan beams unit have diagnostic type X-ray tube with rotating anode and a much smaller focal spot of around 0.6 mm These tubes have large heat loading and heat dissipation capabilities to withstand the very high heat loads generated when multiple slices are acquired in rapid sequences. The collimators. X-ray beam collimated at 2 points, one close to the X-ray tube and the other at the detector with perfect alignment. Each detector has its own collimator. Collimator at the detector controls scatter radiation. Collimators also regulate the thickness of the tomographic slices, that is the voxel length. Pixel size is determined by the computer program and not by the collimator. Detectors. There are two types of detectors used in CT. The first is the synthesization detectors and second one is the gas field detectors. Let us talk about the synthesization detectors. These are the materials that will produce light or scintillate when ionizing radiation reacts with them. The combination of the synthesization crystal and the light detector is called the synthesization detector. Material used are sodium iodide, cesium iodide, bismuth germanate, and cadmium tungstate. Data accumulation. The data gathering techniques was developed by stages. The stages has been called generations, which we'll talk about in the next video. The number of the ray projections increases from 28,800 in the original scanner to more than 1 million in new scanners. The image quality is related to the number of the ray projections used to reconstruct the CT scan image. Eliminates the superimposition of structures sensitive to subtle differences in X-ray attenuation. What are we exactly measuring? The average linear attenuation coefficient between the tube and detectors. Attenuation coefficient reflects the degree to which the X-ray intensity is reduced by the material. Now let us talk about the CT number. The computer calculates a relationship between the linear attenuation coefficient of the pixel and water, which is given as CT number. To image materials with mu higher than dense bone, CT number larger than 1000 should be available. CT numbers are based on a magnification constant of 1000 or Hounsfield units. So let us give a more elaborate idea of the Hounsfield unit. Each pixel is assigned a numerical value, that is the CT number, which is the average of all the attenuation values contained within the corresponding voxel. This number is compared to the attenuation value of the water and displayed on a scale of arbitrary units named as Hounsfield unit. Named after Sir Godfrey Hounsfield, this scale assigns water as an attenuation value, that is Hounsfield unit of 0. The ranges of CT numbers is 2000 Hounsfield unit wide, although some modern scanners have a greater range of Hounsfield units. Each number represents a shade of grey with plus 1000 and minus 1000 and is either end of the spectrum. That means plus 1000 is represents the white shades and the minus thousands represents the black shades. Values of CT image reconstruction. The CT numbers, Hounsfield units, are the pixel values assigned in the image. They are computed by calculating the relative difference between the linear attenuation coefficient of tissue and that of water. Hounsfield unit or CT number calculation. How it is calculated for tissue and that of the water. The equation is this. That is CT tissue is equal to Hounsfield unit of tissue, unit of water divided by Hounsfield unit of water into 1000. CT number of water has a value of 0 because Hounsfield unit of tissue by water is 0. So by this formula. There are the various CT numbers for various tissues in Hounsfield unit. CT numbers for various tissues in Hounsfield unit are as follows. That is, air is minus 1000, lungs and metal has more than 2000. The CT image is displayed on TV monitor for immediate viewing and recording of the film for storage. Display matrix has, on average has 512 into 512. Some may have more than that, but one display has only 256 shades of grey. Thus, we are going to image CT number from minus 1000 to 1000 with 256 shades of grey. So this is the windowing. This is the window used for the CT numbers. Image quality. Image quality is the visibility of diagnostically important structures in a CT image. The factors that affect the CT image quality are the quantum mortale, that is the noise, resolution, and patient exposure. What is quantum mortale? Quantum mortale is the statistical fluctuations of X-ray photons absorbed by the detector. The only way to decrease noise is to increase the number of photons absorbed by the detector. The way to increase the number of photons absorbed is to increase X-ray dose to the patient. Mortale become more visible as an accuracy of reconstruction improves. Now, resolution. There are two types of resolution. Spatial resolution is the ability of the CT scanner to display separate images of two objects placed close together, and contrast resolution is the ability of the CT scanner to display an image of relatively large 2 to 3 object that is only slightly different in density from its surrounding. So, spatial resolution works on the displaying of the two separate images, whereas the contrast resolution depends on the difference in the densities of its surrounding structures. What is radiation dose? Even distribution of radiation dose to the tissues as exposure are from almost all angles. No overlapping of scan fields takes place. Exposure factors used are higher to improve spatial and contrast resolution and to reduce noise. If you like this video, please like and share. And if you have any questions, please comment down in the comment section below. And please subscribe my YouTube channel and press the bell icon and never miss any update. Thank you. This is all for today.